Yo, what is up everyone? My name is Jack Cross from NASCAR on MDK. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Lines. We're going to have a quickie episode for you today. Two quick stories to talk about here. The first one involves a driver change for silly season, and another one involves the end of an era for NASCAR. Let's not waste any time. The first story revolves around JTG Dodge Racing. Well, we talked about earlier in the year on how, or actually 3 weeks ago I should say, Chris Buescher will be replacing Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in a 17 car. Well, guess who's going to be taking over for Chris Buescher? That's right, the former driver of the 17, Ricky Stenhouse. So it's a driver swap, but not really a driver swap. But yeah, JTG did announce earlier today that Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will drive, or at least will replace Chris Buescher in his ride for 2020. The reason why I say that I don't say the 37 car, because there is a possibility that he will not drive the 37. JTG also said in a statement that a car number as well as sponsorships will be announced at a later date. So there is a possibility that the 37 car will not be on the track in 2020. Now my thoughts personally, look, why? I mean, I think Ricky Stenhouse has shown what he can do, and that really is not much. I mean, he's got talent, I think so, but he's just too reckless, especially on the super speedways. We saw it yesterday, or at least on Monday. We just saw he's been too reckless, wrecks too many cars. I thought they would go with Daniel Hemric, because Daniel Hemric, he's young, he's fresh, he can sort of develop his talent, and I felt like he could have been a really good driver for JTG, but unfortunately, that was not been the case. So now Daniel Hemric, that's another one off the list. And I mean, there is a possibility, because remember, we talked about how Michael McDowell could have been a dark horse for that car. So with that being said, there could be a possibility that Michael McDowell might not be in the 34 car at the end of the season, and Hemric could find a place there. Or David Reagan, who announced he's leaving, or at least retiring from NASCAR at the end of the season. Hemric could possibly go to front row and maybe be a teammate to McDowell in the 38 car, or replace McDowell entirely in the 34 car. Still a lot of things to talk about. Still, silly season is still in full swing. So yeah, latest update right now, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will replace Chris Buescher in 2020. And now from the world of drag racing, Bob Pockrass announced earlier today, actually just popped up on my screen, that former NHRA Pro Stock Champion driver Tanner Gray will be making his transition from the drag strip to the oval tracks. He will make the move driving for the K&N and ARCA this year he has, and now he will finally make his Truck Series debut driving for DJR Crossley Racing, I believe in the 54 truck, if not mistaken, but he will be racing in the 3 remainder races of the Truck Series season, that being Martinsville, Phoenix, and Homestead. It's going to be interesting to see what now a drag strip driver can do in the world of NASCAR. We've seen drivers from Formula 1 come in. We've seen drivers from IndyCar. I don't think we've ever seen a NHRA driver coming in from the drag strip to NASCAR. So I'm interested to see how he fares out in his 3 races in the Truck Series. And finally, it's the end of an era. First reported by Jeff Gluck, I believe NASCAR has announced that, or at least confirms that, its Race View feature will conclude at the end of the season. It says here that no new version is coming, but NASCAR says there will be a number of new digital features leading into next season as it finds ways to incorporate live data into various platforms. Now, my thoughts, don't really care. I never used Race View because you had to pay for it, and I'm not paying for it. And to be honest, the only thing that was really good for it was the audio. They had those 3D cars, but that looks awful in my opinion. Gonna be interesting though to see what new features are gonna be including for next season to sort of enhance the live data performance of races. On the other hand, I understand that it probably meant to a lot of people. I think Race View, started out as Race Buddy. I think in 2007, 2008 when TNT ran their Summer Series program. Which is, man, like, what, more than 10 years. So it's been a long time, and I know a lot of fans probably use this app almost every race probably, so probably affects some of you. But yeah. No more Race View feature. Like I said, I am interested to see what NASCAR does. How do they replace Race View? What do they replace it with the live data? Because I do think NASCAR could use some sort of enhancements, or could find better ways to incorporate more live data so that fans can have more, not more input, but more in-depth viewing of NASCAR races. But that will conclude this episode of Inside Lines. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. But until next time, my name is Jack Cross from NASCAR on MDK, and I'll see you guys in the next video.